or connecting into my inner spirit, your inner spirit. I've taken on my cosmic spiral shirt. Yes, because now it's time to dive into the East. In the direction of the East, in the Native American Hopi tradition medicine wheel, the East is the home of our inner spirit. It is also the direction of representing fire and light. In the East, the direction of the sunrise is the direction that we lie hope, faith, aspiration, inspiration, creativity, spiritual beliefs and practices, your spirit itself, enlightenment, awakening, ascension, and connection with the Great Spirit, God, Goddess, all that is, the Divine Oneness is represented in the direction of the East. The functions of your inner spirit include obvious things as meditation, prayer, your spiritual life. Whether your spiritual activities consist of quiet meditation, reading spiritual books, connecting with a spiritual teacher or ascended master, the archangels, connecting to God, connecting to prayer, spending time in nature, or going to rituals and ceremonies, your inner spirit is the one who does these things. This subpersonality, less obvious areas of focus are also sexuality, creativity, magic, dance, music, and connection with oneself, others, and divinity in general. Why sexuality? Because sexual interaction in sacred union in one container, in oneness, therefore you need to be monogamous because polygamy is false light. Sexual activity will raise your consciousness. Through sexual activity, you are able to expand yourself into higher states, higher levels of consciousness. You can do this with yourself, but you can also, of course, do this with a beloved in a union, in a safe container that is based on oneness, on unity, on monogamy. For monogamy is true light, and polygamy is false light. When your inner spirit is out of balance, you are probably given too much attention to other aspects of life and too little to spirit, or vice versa. Regardless, the imbalance will show up in the East of your personal field. You may experience it as feelings of hopelessness, defeatism, and futility. Pointlessness, uselessness is another word of futility. Lack of spiritual faith and connection leave you feeling uninspired, only taking care of what you have to live for, but not experiencing the magic. Or you may meditate all the time and never get in touch with your emotions or sexual nature. Being a spiritual hermit may be an excuse for feeling inadequate or awkward socially. Are you too stoic to dance, appreciate or create art or music, or make love under the full moon? When was the last time you experienced being in nature and feeling connected to God, to all that is, to oneness in all things? Do you practice what you preach and live in integrity and truth in your life? Do you celebrate the accomplishments of others and feel envious, or you might feel envious and threatened by them? We are here to celebrate others and their accomplishments, and we are not here to feel envious or threatened by them. When you make love, is it just for the local release and lusty sensations, Or do you really care about the other person and give to him or her as well as receive from the god or the goddess that you are having intimacy, that you're having a sacred union with? Do you move sexual energy through your chakras and use sexual energy to open more deeply and vulnerably to yourself, to your partner, to all life everywhere, to all that is? Do you allow true intimacy into your life? Are you excited and inspired by life's lessons and opportunities for growth? Or do you try to maintain the status quo, or believe you are so evolved that you have nothing to learn left? All of these questions for your inner spirit, and the answers imply his or her health and balance or dysfunction. With these issues and any of your own that come to mind, prepare for the meeting with your inner spirit. Be open and receptive, and carry as few preconceived ideas and ideals as possible. When you are ready to do this in this meditation with your inner spirit, then I am ready for that. So I am happy to be guiding you into that connecting to your inner spirit meditation, the fire element. Now I invite you to close your eyes and take a moment to start meditating. Take a moment to connect to the fire element inside of yourself. Connect to the fire element outside of yourself. And maybe move yourself into a place in nature where you have a beautiful memory of watching a beautiful sunrise or a sunset. The fire element, sun rises in the east. The direction of the east is the direction of your inner spirit, the spiritual one, the inspired one, the one who likes to meditate, the one who likes to consciously evolve, spiritually learn and grow. And you imagine yourself being in a place in nature, watching the sunrise, the direction of the east. Spirit, the fire element, rises in the east. And you move yourself into that place in nature, imagining a stone circle. Within that circle, a cross pointing into the 4 directions. You start moving yourself into the direction of the east, the direction of the sunrise, into the direction of the fire element, your spiritual body. And you move yourself into the direction of the fire element, your spiritual body, sending prayers to the fire element inside of yourself, to the fire element outside of yourself. You take a moment to reground yourself with a silver cord, a grounding cord, from your lower mental body into the body of earth. And you ask the fire element, you ask your inner spirit, the part inside of yourself that wants to be inspired by life, wants to receive inspiration, wants to spiritually learn and grow, consciously evolve. You ask your inner spirit to come forth and make this part of yourself known to you. Asking this part inside of yourself, What is your name? You ask your inner spirit. What is your name? You ask your inner spirit, how are you? And you write down, record the answers you receive for you to remember. You might want to record them in your body or write them down on a piece of paper for you to remember what is your inner spirit's name and how is your inner spirit. You ask your inner spirit, what do you need? You ask your inner spirit, what is it that your inner spirit needs? You ask your inner spirit, what does your inner spirit want, desire? Are there any wants, needs, desires for your inner spirit to consciously evolve, spiritually learn and grow? You write down, record these answers for you to remember. For you to remember those wants, those needs, those desires of your inner spirit. And you ask your inner spirit to tell you if there's anything else that your inner spirit wants to share with you. Writing down, recording the wants, the needs, the desires that your inner spirit wants to share with you. So that you remember and you're able to follow up on those wants, those needs, those desires. You close this vision quest in the direction of the fire element, into the direction of the spiritual body, the energetic body, the sacred part inside of yourself that wants to spiritually learn and grow, consciously evolve. When you intend to reconnect back to this sacred part inside of yourself, you can reconnect to this part inside of yourself on a daily, other daily, weekly basis. That's totally up to you. The more often you will tune into your inner spirit, the more in harmony you will feel with this part inside of yourself. Reconnecting to your inner spirit on a daily, other daily, weekly basis will deepen your connection to the wants, the needs, the desires, what your inner spirit would like to share. You write down, record the answers you receive. And you might want to invoke the Pleiadian emissaries of light your own higher self, Jesus Christ, to place your inner spirit in a sacred gift character harmonization chamber of light, to harmonize, to balance this part of your personal field into more alignment. To more balance, into more harmony. While being in this dialogue, while receiving this balancing, harmonization chamber of light, you will also be able to maybe notice, feel how you are bringing back any shattered or fragmented parts of this part of yourself back into balance, back into harmony. Bringing these parts back to harmony, back to balance with oneself. Receiving inspiration, receiving downloads while meditating, while practicing yoga, while going on a meditative walk, a meditative surf. Your whole life becomes a meditation when you are doing everything with awareness, with presence, with being in the present, being in the now moment. And while you are receiving this harmonization chamber of light, you continue meditating, while I'll be wishing you a beautiful day and see you in the next meditation.